does not have Airtel 4G. Airtel அவ்வளோ பெரிய நெட்வொர்க் 4G கொண்டு வர முடியல. BSNL 4G and Go5 தான் இருக்கு.
To answer your question, now you guys would have got 8G. If the technology was at 70s, they started whatever you guys have. That's advancement in one stream. What I'm saying. And how many of you know artificial intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? Robots.
Using a program that is capable of taking information and processing it as much as possible, like as a human, as close as possible to a human.
So the advancement in artificial technology, whatever you see in the movies, is not in real life. Okay, the real life, like what you see, Chitty, right? It's not possible. But when they have already started, it would have come into reality.
Humanoid robot is possible. That's Sophia.
Humanoid robot is possible. See, there are two kinds of robots. Robots which do one particular work, only one particular work, but better than humans. Those are like constrained to that one particular work. But there are few robots which you see in the movie. They do everything, like Chitty, right? They do everything. They are like humans, which is not there. Sophia is like a humanoid robot which can answer and interact to you, but they can't help you in physical activities. And there are few robots which ISRO is building for their launch to space shuttle, which will Vyomitra, it's called. So it will help assist the astronauts in driving the vehicle and telling about your surrounding temperatures. So each robot what we have now can do only one thing which human can do. It's like we can do multitasking. We can listen, speak, talk, and then we can taste, do actions. But each thing are separated to different robots which do better than us. We can run only to a certain limit, but there are robots which can run even farther, faster, which we can't do. But that robot can't speak, but that robot can't emotionally understand what others say. That's how the evolution of AI is now. AI is not like human. Human replica is not possible now. But when the technology is advanced much, that's how they are forwarding now. That's how they are marching towards. That's a big topic which you can talk about artificial. How it is progressing, how it was before, how it is progressed now, and what is the future. So if they have already started in 70s, you would have seen clone of you, another one sitting next to you, literally.
That would answer your question. Okay, now it's Ritan Nitish, who is an 8th grader and is a classmate of Prabhavati and Mitra. Ritan, you can ask your question now.
Ritan, your chance, da. Yeah, your chance.
So sir, my question is AirPods, sir. So basically they are connected in Bluetooth, sir. But how are they able to charge, sir? So AirPods they are giving cover, sir. How are they able to charge?
He's speaking about the airport.
Okay.
AirPod, right? So AirPod.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Repeat the question, Ritan.
Sir, AirPods, sir. How are they able to charge it? Yeah, basically, if you keep in a box, it will be charging, sir. So how is it able to charge?
How do you think this AirPod device is getting charged? So wireless charging, and how is it getting charged? What is the technology behind it? That's what he's asking.
Okay, I can't directly answer that, but I can tell you how wireless works. Okay, there are things which you can't see, which human eyes cannot see. Like we can see the light. It's a wave, but the same.
That also human can't see.
There are few things which we can't see, like the radio waves. Radio waves you can't see. So there are communications happening through radio waves. It's like Wi-Fi waves and all, right? Your phone waves, those are radio waves which you cannot see. But still your phone is talking to the nearest tower. There is something, a light beam going from here. You can think in that way. But you can't see that. Similarly, there is a communication channel like radio waves between those two devices. Like you can talk about your Wi-Fi device, like a phone which is connected wirelessly. Those two things are connected, which we cannot see, But there is a communication happening between that. That's how it's getting charged, and that's how it is getting communicated.
Okay, so that's a nice question by Ritan Nitish.
Thank you, sir.
So that's Balaji, finally a basic computer science student in engineering college, and Balaji is going to ask questions.
So, it's about photography. So if we want to take a photo of one object, let's say if you want to take a flower, and if you see the object, it has some adhesive in the background. So if we do question is, do you use the blur to make the only the object visible, or you will not use the blur to make the
Main object visible.
Okay.
He's basically curious about how to use the blur object to make the main object, mainstream object as a more clear.
Okay. See, the way of blurring the background and bringing the main object in focus is mainly with the portrait photographies, and see, when you put a person, the background is very far and the subject is, the distance between the subject and background is very far, and if you use a lens which has more aperture, when I say aperture is like the opening of the lens will be bigger, okay? When you use a lens which has a bigger opening, and when the subject is near and the background is very far, you can make the background become more blurred and the subject will be sharp. So you can use that kind of lenses to make the background blurred and your object sharp in front. That's how it used to be in DSLR. That's an optical blurring. But now you guys have in blurring in cameras, right? Those are digital blurring. In the sense, it will automatically understand the picture and it will do a calculation. Okay, this is the main subject, friend subject, this is the begin subject. Let's blur it. The Skype blurring and all, right? Those are digital blurring. That's not optical blurring. Optical blurring will be a picture perfect, awesome. Digital blurring, it's okay, but it's not efficient.
Right, so that's a good one. That's a good question. That's Balaji's cousin, Vishnupriya. She is also a 9th grader in the Jyoti School. Vishnupriya.
Good evening, sir. My question is, many students, they have lots and lots of classes, including school classes, they have extra classes. So what do you think? Our experience So what do you think, sir? Because all the time they sit in classes.
Sundar, you have to talk. Yeah, tell me.
So all the time they sit in classes, sir. So what do you think, sir? They should be exposed more to classes, or they themselves can study?
Right. See, it depends on your portion, your capability, and the way you can grasp things. If you can grasp something in school already for a subject of maths or physics or chemistry, then you need not spend time in going to maths tuition or a chemistry tuition or physics or those subjects. If you don't get exposure to a particular subject in any terms at all, and you think a particular class that will help me understand those things, then you can, and if you are interested, you can go and take a class. If you don't want to repeat that, I already learned this in school, I don't want to repeat it again, I can do it myself, you can avoid it. But if you feel, no, I need some assistance for me, then you have to go. It's up to your question, your capability to grasp things, and how you feel comfortable.
Right. Nice question. Now, Mr. Pranal Rajeshwaran is going to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mama. I am Pranal Rajeshwaran.
Good evening, ma'am.
The question I have for you is, nowadays we have this Alexa, Google Home to ask, like, suppose you are preparing for exam, we don't really need the book to study. If you just get a sparkle of mind what questions we have in the question, you can just refer to the question and ask the Alexa, like, you just need to ask it, Alexa, and whatever you want, you ask it, it will give you a perfect answer. So is it a disadvantage, like, instead of, is it good to ask Alexa, or is it better to read in the book and write, which would be more helpful?
Okay. See, our technology is not so much evolved that you will get a perfect answer. To answer that, Alexa, Google Home, it's learning, it's still learning. It's called machine learning, which will keep on learning and will become efficient over a period of time. You can't rely on that. And see, coming to the example of Alexa or Google Home, you guys are aware of that, right?
Yes.
So you ask something, it will answer. Our mind cannot remember it. You have to either write it or you should have something written available always for you. You can't ask Alexa every time. You can ask, get an answer. Of course you can get an answer, and you have to write it and you have to keep it as a reference for you to study further. You can't always, our mind can't remember it, right? So it's like, that's a benefit, but still you have to use your traditional way. Still you guys are taking the notes, right? It might be a physical note or a digital note, but still you guys make notes of things, right? That's what you used to learn. That's how it is. It's kind of a reference, but it's not a complete thing which you can rely on.
Correct. And Alexa does not give any perfect answer. Alexa just reads what is written in Google. Alexa is an interface that has got a voice console behind it. And Google போய் நான் வந்து பிரணவ் ராஜேஸ்வரன் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சோம் அப்படின்னா பிரணவ் ராஜேஸ்வரன் பத்தி இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் போஸ்ட் வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா Alexa will read it. Here are the results of Pranav Rajeshwaran. Pranav Rajeshwaran has got a couple of posts on Instagram. It is not having any sort of back-end brain that could interpret and give you an answer. It just reads what is in the Google. So, machine cannot replace man. Anything. That's
And there is, to that we have something called ethics. Like technical, like artificial intelligence has an ethic. Even when you code, you have to stick to the ethics such that the machines will not overtake humans. There are ethics there which they should follow. When they build these artificial intelligence.
Isaac Asimov's rule. That's his first bylaw rule. That under any circumstance, the code of ethics reads that it should not overtake the human brain interface. Even Stephen Hawking was writing in his book that can be done. That rule can be broken, but it will never be broken. Whichever scientist that comes, it will never be broken.
They should follow standard.
Shouldn't be broken actually. They should follow standard. Otherwise, they scientist license will cancel. The national rights.
Then it will become a criminal offense.
Correct.
Like there are ethical hacking and illegal hacking is there, right? Similarly, there are possible, but they will become illegal, and you will have to face the penalty from the illegal side.
So good question. Kiran and Hariran are going on a repeated mode. So Kiran, it's you all over again. Go.
Okay, sir. So, sir, I have a connecting question for you. So, my first question is that you said your passion was photography, sir. So, did the people who surround you approve of this decision or disapprove of this decision?
They never knew I. See, if I had told my parents that I'm not going to join a software company, instead I'm going to start my photography business, I would have faced all those problems, which I didn't do, so I didn't have any restrictions for that. Passion, no. As far as you have your primary goals and things which are running and properly going, and you have the passion as a side thing, it is okay. But if you really wanted to take that to a career level, I would suggest, yes, go ahead, take a chance, but you should be ready to face all the consequences.
And what is your advice to the people? For example, Vedoshan wants to be a businessman after doing his MBA, whereas Kirtana wants to be a businesswoman, just like her mom. And Nagalan wants to be an astronaut. Mitra wants to be a pediatrician. Likewise, here everybody has got a goal. I am thorough of their goal. In case if the parents are standing against them, with the current level of technology is blessed with them, how do you think they will have to tackle the parents and convince the parents to pursue their goal? You and me were not having that. No. Dad was always giving me the permission to do whatever pursue. I don't know about your mom and dad. நீ அவங்ககிட்ட போய் ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபிக்கு தான் நான் போவேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தா வீட்டில் பெரிய பிரளயமே நடந்தது. பட் நீ இன்ஜினியரிங் முடிச்சுட்டு யூ காட் பிளேஸ்ட் இன் அண்ட் கிரண் he got placed in Cognizant first of all. Engineering college he got placed and then he moved to Accenture. So today's kids, I am trying to train them to pursue their goal. So அப்படி இருக்கும்போது when parents or relatives or cousin or nephew or niece when they are standing in front and giving a blog, how do you think these people can convince? What is your advice about how to convince?
See, before you convince, ask yourself, are you guys convinced with what you have chosen?
Exactly.
Stand in the mirror and ask, are you confident? Are you sure? Or you are thinking like, no, I can, but I still can't. I have this. That. You feel that? See, I mean, you need not be always perfect. There are two ways to think. Few set of people will say, stick to plan A, and your second option should be plan A, third option should be plan A, you should not have any plan B. So that you can put all your 100% effort in plan A and you can walk towards that. There are few other people will say, you need not always stick to plan A, you can have plan B, C, Z, go on, and whichever favors you, you can switch to that. I am a second category person. I have multiple plans. Either way it is good. Few people can stick to one. I mean, yes, they can. If they are confident enough, they can go in that, and they are confident enough to convince themselves and convince others, they can stick to. If you guys are not sure, you can take multiple paths, go in all the paths, parallel tracks, and then you can get a feel of everything, and you know where you are best at, which you feel like would suit you, and then you can diverge all your work into one particular that stream, then you can march towards that. So that you guys will feel confident, you know the flavors of different things, and you feel like, okay, this flavor is what I am. You can't directly say that, okay, this is what I can be without tasting other flavors. So initial stage, when you guys tend to taste multiple flavors, over a period of time you guys know where to choose to. And then if you are convinced by yourself, then you can convince others.
Right, that's a nice answer. I really appreciate it. Repeated more booking, hurry on.
Nowadays, the 10 years below children are putting the glasses because of born itself in between 3 months. The parents are showing the moral stories in the YouTube, so their eyes are spoiling. Before 90s, the mother will be singing a song and
Yeah, that's nice question. Finish one.
and eating the moon rice.
Seeing the moon and eating the food. Yes, I get it.
Moon rice.
We also saw that.
Proceed.
Come on.
So about your idea, it is prefer to other children. What do you prefer?
No, that's not. This should not happen. In the sense like there are kids with glasses. I have seen many kids with the glasses, and parents will not know that the kids have problem in the eye until they put them in a class and they have to read on the board. Until then, I mean, there are in US they have a standard. When you go to a school, they will do an eye test. When the students pass the eye test only, they will go, or they will prefer us to put a glass for them. Here we don't know, because and then only when the kids start to go to class and then they realize they have problem with the eyes, then they put all those glasses. That's the things. That's why you see many kids once they go to school they have big specs on their eyes. Problem is more screen time and sometimes it's hereditary. Then you need not be always screen time. Hereditary is there. You should limit. See, bottom line, technology should be used in a limited way. Your screen time and ages also is different. For a kid, they should sleep for 12 hours. Right? Till age of 3, 12 hours sleep is needed. Till age of 7 or 8, like 10 hours sleep is needed. For adults, at least 6-7 hours sleep is needed. If you don't do that and you spend more time with screen and all those stuff, you'll have problem guys. There are multiple reasons for putting a spec. This screen time is one among that, and having a scheduled and a limited time is good. Actually, that's not good for 3, 4 very kids. They're spending more time on YouTube. It's not good.
So, Yagi, you want to
wait for that.
One second. We'll come. Actually, we have pending questions repeated by Varshan, Navin, Dakshin, Mitra, and Pranav. So, Karthi, Mridu Varshini. So, Mridu Varshini, Navin, my niece. Mridu Varshini, you can ask your question. Mridu Varshini is in the 10th grade and she is in PKD school. Yeah, Mridu Varshini, you can ask.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So I have a question to you, sir. So in your childhood days, you have played with your friends in outdoor, right, sir?
Yeah.
So nowadays, the children are exposed to the mobile screens and they are playing online games and all. So what will you advise them? And if you have having like such friends, how will you correct him or her?
Okay, online games. See, I mean, entertainment is needed. The way we had entertainment is like we used to go to movies, and now you guys of course goes to movies. But we don't spend lot of time always watching TV, movies. Similarly, you can play games, and you should guys have to limit it. And see, one thing: don't spend money on games, online games. If you guys are already doing, please don't do it. It's just an entertainment because it's not your money. I've seen kids doing that. There are many online games which will make you spend money. Please don't do it. That's advice from me. And playing games, limit it because you guys are having that opportunity to play. I don't say it is a wrong thing or it's a mistake. Limit yourself. That's more important. It's just for entertainment. You should limit it.
Right. That's a nice question. Well, Rashmi. So, Kiran, we will come back to you. Okay. Now.
Okay.
Question.
Sir, you said we had so many hobbies, sir. As primary thing and not the main thing, sir. My question is how to give space for our hobbies when we are having busy schedule on our homeworks and everything, school homework, sir. How to focus on our hobbies too?
So you have to have time management. That's very important. Think of what all activities you guys are doing, what time you guys are spending. Few things are important. You can't compromise, like your sleep. At least 8 hours is needed at your age minimum. So you should not compromise on that. That will have a ripple effect on your health. And think about other timings. What you guys are doing. You might have some 8 hours of classes, and then your sleep 18 hours is gone, and you have 6 hours of time. Your other activities 2 hours. You still have 4 hours, 3 hours, and what you're spending for that. Think about that. If you're using for entertainment, if you need entertainment is important, okay, go ahead. And if you think, no, I can spend my time in other things which I'm passionate about, you can use for that.
Okay, can you answer that question? I mean, he asked about the rest of the time. He gave a tabular copy.
The rest of the day is spent in homework, sir. It is busy schedules, meetings, everything.
Busy meetings with more people.
See, and multitasking is very important. When you have to be productive and you have to learn many things, you have to do multitasking. Now you have a lot of audiobooks. You need not sit and read. You can, when you do some work which you can autonomously do, like you can like go for a walk, right? Or you go for a jog. You can, instead of listening to some music, if you feel music is important, good. But if you can make it more productive, you can listen to some audiobooks, which you can learn and you can even parallelly, do a physical activity. Those kind of multitasking will help you learn new stuff quickly, and you can use that whatever you learned in a different way. So
Right.
those things are.
That's a nice question. Navlan.
So, sir, my question is based on what you said. You in the start you mentioned that you wanted to talk about technology, sir. And I right now have had this doubt about the companies behind said technology, sir. For instance, in 2007 or something, when Apple released their first mobile touchscreen phone, sir, it was a huge boom in technology, and it grew. It was a new market which they explored, and right now it is one of the biggest markets in the world, sir. So Apple, for instance, is a huge monopolistic company, sir. So it takes place in, puts its heads and hands into lots of different fields. And Google also does it. It has a search engine, it has innovative products, and each and every year they host conventions and stuff for new technologies which they can take things, sir. So, do you think it is wrong that a single company has so much power in its hand? Because Amazon right now in the United States, where they have most of their workforce, they are forced to break in. They are calling for Amazon to be broken into separate companies, because a single company cannot have that much power over the course of a nation. So Amazon, Walmart even for that, which provides most of the US workforce. What is your opinion on this? Do you think it should stay the same or it should be broken down into different?
No, monopoly is.
Can I repeat the question?
They are asking is monopoly.
No, I was just kidding. Since he was speaking very long, I was kidding. Yeah, you can go for it.
So if I understand correctly, you are talking about monopoly in technology, right? Yes, no, monopoly is not good. You should have a equally distributed. That's why you have competitors. See, you have Samsung phone, you have Google phone, you have Apple phone, right? There's a competition. There's no monopoly there. Certain technology, if somebody comes up, another person will copy it. And they will also bring better features in whatever they have already created. So in technology wise, we don't have monopoly. In multiple technology, there are many people who are competition is always there. How if you know OnePlus phone, right? Okay, MI phone, Realme. You know which is the biggest in that? Which company is biggest? Realme or MI or OnePlus? OnePlus. Why? You go by cost of the phone?
No, sir.
Robert Downey Jr. If somebody is able to endorse Robert Downey Jr., then he has to be a billion. So that is why.
Okay. And you know what? All three companies are owned by same owner. Realme, Android is Realme,
Arunachalam Mari Android person.
Multi-talented.
MI, OnePlus. You guys might think it is different companies, but all are owned by same company with multiple facets of names. So if you think they are competitors, no, that's a monopoly. But you guys will not know it. And all the products you guys use, like biscuits, all those stuff, all are owned by Hindustan Unilever.
But yeah, see, when this Chinese revoking and abrupt burst was happening, people stopped using MI phones for a time being. But OnePlus, the headquarters is mentioned to be Hong Kong. MI, China. Realme, China. So how could you think, or how can we conclude that all these big brands are under one umbrella? Yeah, I have also known the news, but how are they having different headquarters? One in a controversial country like China, another one is in a very big corporate multinational company called as Hong Kong. How is it possible?
Yes, see, to answer it in a different way, if you see the revenue to our country, when you're different in different states, if you see the top, they will say Bombay, like Maharashtra, that's where the lot of GDP is given to
NEC, National Stock Exchange is there, so naturally
so a lot of
Bombay.
companies are there. But technically, the most of the workforce revenue is coming from Tamil Nadu, right? But what happens is they file all the revenue in Bombay. But actually speaking, it's coming from Tamil Nadu. But when you see technically GDP revenues come, when they put on paper, they will say it is from Bombay and all those stuff. Similarly, even if these companies are owned by same people, to avoid those kind of conflicts, like if a particular, see, இப்போ ஒரு இடத்துல ஏதோ ஒரு ஜியோகிராஃபிக்கல் இஷ்யூ நிறைய இருக்குன்னு, இப்போ ஜப்பானில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதுவுமே எர்த்குவேக் வரும். ஸோ என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, எந்த இடத்துல எல்லா விதத்துலையும் சேஃபாக இருக்கோ அந்த மாதிரி மல்டிபிள் இதில் வந்து ஹெட்குவார்ட்டர்ஸ் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிடுவாங்க ஒரே கம்பெனி. ஒரு கம்பெனி அவங்களோட ஒரு மல்டிபிள் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸை ஒரே இடத்துல ஹெட்குவார்ட்டர்ஸ் வைக்க மாட்டாங்க. தே வில் ஹேவ் மல்டிபிள் பிளேசஸ் வச்சு, சரி ஒன்று போனாலும் இன்னொன்று இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிற விதத்தில் அவங்க மல்டிபிள் இதில் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. இட்ஸ் வேர் லைக் யூ இன்வெஸ்ட் இன் மல்டிபிள் திங்ஸ். நம்ம எல்லாருமே கொண்டு போய் ஒரே இடத்துல இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண மாட்டோம். இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மல்டிபிள் இதில் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. ஒரு கம்பெனியில் போச்சுன்னா இன்னொரு கம்பெனியில் நமக்கு லாபம் வரும்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஷேர்ஸ் பற்றி தான் தெரியுமா இருக்குது. ஸோ அதில் வந்து நிறைய ஷேர்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, எல்லா ஷேர்லையும் ஒரே கம்பெனியில் போட மாட்டோம், மல்டிபிள் கம்பெனியில் போடும். அதே மாதிரி இவங்க மல்டிபிள் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸோட ஹெட்குவார்ட்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து மல்டிபிள் பிளேஸில் வச்சுட்டு வேற இடத்துல இருந்து நமக்கு ரெவன்யூ வர மாதிரி காட்டுவாங்க. பட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரியாலிட்டி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாமே அந்த மூணுமே கம்பெனியோட ஓனர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஆள் தான், பிசிக்கலி ஒரு பர்சன் தான். பட் தே ஹேவ் ஹெட்குவார்ட்டர்ஸ் இன் மல்டிபிள் பிளேசஸ் டு அவாய்ட் தீஸ் கான்ஃப்ளிக்ஸ். இப்போ சைனா கிட்ட ப்ராப்ளம் வந்துச்சு, சைனா ப்ராடக்ட் இந்தியாவில் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஆனால் இதில் ஹாங்காங்கில் அந்த ப்ராடக்ட் இருக்கும்போது அவனோட ப்ராடக்ட் ஹாங்காங்லேருந்து இந்தியாவுக்கு வந்துட்டு இருக்கும். சைனா ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் ஸ்டாப் ஆனாலும் அது ஓனருக்கு ஹாங்காங்லேருந்து இந்தியா ப்ராடக்ட் அது மூலிமா அவனுக்கு லாபம் வரும். ஸோ அதுதான் மல்டிபிள் பிளேசஸில் வைக்கிறதுக்கான ஆஃபர் இது. பட் தோஸ் திங்ஸ் ஆர் ஃப்ரம் அ சிங்கிள் ஓனர்.
Right. So that's a very illustrious question and answer. Now, Mitra, your second.
I have two questions, sir. Should I ask it collectively now or should I ask?
Collectively now. We won't be having time.
So, Mama, my first question is, now the school where I'm studying, Shanti School, has ICSC, first it had matriculation till 2017, Mama. Then when I came to 6th standard, it started as ICSE syllabus. So 6th and 7th I studied in ICSE syllabus. So still till Krishna's class we have ICSE. Then from 8th and 9th we have IGCSE. And till now even in this pandemic time, although the government is asking to make it less to the half of the portions of the IGCSE syllabus, still they are taking up. Which is very useful in our future, Mama, because they are confusing everything. And now in online classes, they are giving us homework, their interactive worksheets, again another worksheets, and from Monday onwards, I am going to have assignments. So does this cause any stress in students or it is good?
Stress, இப்போ வந்து I mean as you go up like see it goes like this: state board, matriculation, CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, IB. IBங்கிறது தான் இப்போதைக்கு இருக்கிறதுல டாப் இன்டர்நேஷனல் பிசினஸ் கரிக்குலம் பேக்லரேட் அப்படி சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ ஆஸ் யூ லெவல் அப் ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் நீங்கள் படிக்கும்போது யூ வில் ஸ்டார்ட் டு லேர்ன் இன்டெப்த் லேர்னிங்காக இருக்கும். நிறைய ப்ராக்டிக்கல் எக்ஸ்போஷர்ஸ் இருக்கும். சிலர் கிட்ஸுக்கு பிடிக்கும். அவங்களுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு வந்து மேக்ஸ் பிடிக்காது, எனக்கு வந்து கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸாக பிடிக்கும், நான் அந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் சப்ஜெக்ட் நான் சூஸ் பண்ணி அதை இன்டெப்த்தில் படிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறவங்களுக்கு இந்த IGCSE, ICSEலாம் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது. நீங்கள் சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் சூஸ் பண்ண முடியும். நீங்கள் மேக்ஸே வேண்டாம்னு கூட சொல்ல முடியும். உங்கள் பப்ளிக் எக்ஸாம்ஸ்க்கு எனக்கு மேக்ஸே வேண்டாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு நீங்கள் அந்த சப்ஜெக்ட் ஸ்கிப் பண்ண முடியும். மேண்டேட்ரின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மேக்ஸ் மேண்டேட்ரியில் வராது. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஆப்ஷன்ஸ்லாம் ICSEல இருக்குது. ஆனால் மற்ற சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப இன்டெப்த்தாக டீட்டெயிலாக போவாங்க. CBSEல மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் தி சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸை டச் பண்ணுவாங்க, அளவாக இருக்கும், ஆனால் எல்லா சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸும் கவர் ஆகும். ஸோ ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டை பொறுத்து தான் ஒவ்வொரு கரிக்குலமும் உங்களுக்கு சூட்டபிள் ஆகும். இட் வில் டேக் சம் டைம் டு வேஸ்ட் டு அண்ட் மீன் உங்கள் ஏஜுக்கு அது கஷ்டம். பேரண்ட்ஸோட கைடன்ஸை வச்சுட்டு யூ கேன் அவங்க உங்களுக்கு எது பிடிக்குங்கிறது தெரிஞ்சுட்டு நீங்கள் அந்த மாதிரி சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸை சூஸ் பண்ணலாம். பட் அசிகோ எக்ஸ்பென்ஸும் அதிகமாகும். நான் சொன்னதில் ஒரு கேட்டகரி மேலே பார்ப்போம், உங்களோட செலவும் அதிகமாகும். ஸோ எல்லாமே அப்புறம் நமக்கு எந்த அளவுக்கு ஸ்கூல்ஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது. CBSEனா நிறைய பக்கம் இருக்கும். இப்போ நீங்கள் நிறைய பேர் ஸ்டேட் டு டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் நாங்கள் எங்கள் பேரண்ட்ஸ் ட்ராவல் ஆவாங்க, நாங்கள் அடிக்கடி மாறுவோங்கிறது CBSE ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஏன்னா நிறைய ஸ்கூல்ஸ் இருக்கும். ICSE, IGCSEலாம் போக போக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் கம்மியாயிடும். அப்புறம் வந்து நீங்கள் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஸ்கூல்ஸாக போய் வேண்டியிருக்கும், ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் ஆயிடும். ஸோ மல்டிபிள் ஃபேக்டர்ஸை கன்சிடர் பண்ணி நீங்கள் வந்து அந்த கரிக்குலம் சூஸ் பண்ணி பண்ணலாம். பட் ஸ்விட்ச் ஆகிறப்போ ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ் இருக்குது. ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஒரு 8th ஸ்டாண்டர்டுக்கு அப்புறம் நான் இந்த கரிக்குலம் அடுத்த கரிக்குலம் மாறுறேங்கிறது வந்து 8th வரைக்கும் ஓகே. அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து மாறுறது இஸ் நாட்